Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. So, in this episode, I want to cover the question that has been asked. Why does the Tigray region continue to fight? Why does this war continue to go on? So that's a very good question. Why does the Tigray region continue to fight? Well, as we know, back in late 2020, early 2021, a large scale invasion took place of the forces of the regime of Abiy Ahmed and his close ally, Isaias Afwerki of Eritrea, the despotic regime of Eritrea. A country that has been ruled by the same leader for the past 30 years and have never had an election, a state that often takes large groups of individuals and buries them alive in large steel Connex trucks in the middle of a scorching wasteland, never to be heard from again. So this force, about that very regime inside of Eritrea, launched a large-scale invasion of the Tigray region with the goal of eliminating a political entity that it felt was against it. It meaning Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afwerki. This was under the guise of a so-called law enforcement operation. But it wasn't a law enforcement operation. Large parts of the Tigray region were occupied by these forces, and a systematic rape and pillaging of the Tigray region commenced for many months. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people have disappeared, starved to death, summary executed, or transported back to Eritrea into slavery. And then those forces were eventually driven out of the Tigray region. Now, coming from the political elite inside of Ethiopia, unfortunately, members that are closely allied with the Ethiopian regime inside of Addis Ababa, allied to the Prosperity Party, allied to Abiy Ahmed in this one-party unitary state in which all opposition figures have been arrested or disappeared. But those in power, those in the media apparatus, those even within the context of the religious apparatus inside of Ethiopia, are calling for the extinction of the Tigray region. Many comments that have been heard coming out of what you would define as even mainstream Ethiopian media in terms of commentary, in terms of active supporters of the Prosperity Party, have been calling for the permanent removal of those people living inside of the Tigray region. And it comes in a vast array of comments that would indicate complete non-existence, complete removal, complete extermination, genocide, possibly. And that is why, if you take into context what occurred in late 2020, what occurred in early 2021, what is occurring now, you would have to understand why that the social contract has been completely destroyed. any idea of the Tigray region living in harmony with the rest of what you would normally define as Ethiopia, as it is very quickly becoming a failed state, is something that many people living in the Tigray region simply can't get their head around. And I would imagine if you were on the receiving end of said subjugation that occurred, said atrocities that occurred inside of the Tigray region, if you were listening to those types of statements that were directed towards you, you would have the same thought process as well in terms of continuing the fight, continuing the struggle. Again, the Tigray region does not have a lot of options. It has been given really one option, and it is conducting itself in a manner indicative of having one option, and that is what we are seeing now. How this will end, how this will eventually turn out. Obviously, I make the statement in the start of my videos, in which I talk about the former state of Ethiopia. Well, there are significant challenges and problems inside of that former state of Ethiopia, and it's just not the Tigray region. There are significant issues inside of the Oromo region and many other regions of Ethiopia as well. And it would appear from an external viewer looking in that it is falling apart, in which it is. The economy continues to suffer. The economy continues to a slow spiral into the abyss. And when you are inside of a large-scale civil war, a multifaceted, multi-front civil war, you can expect your economy to collapse. You will not see foreign investment, and the fighting will drain the economy to which it is. But that is one reason I wanted to address in terms of why this continues. Again, I try to be as unbiased as possible. I do not have a dog in this fight. Again, I am just an external analyst looking inward into what is occurring. And the one side decided to launch armies into the Tigray region, and that was the forces of the despotic state inside of Eritrea, and the current regime that is in power for now inside of the former state of Ethiopia. Have a good day, everybody.